Hey guys, it is game number 11. Game number 11. We are one game away from the game in the end to the regular season. I love college football, but you know what I hate about college football?
What's
Too
that?
dang fast. It's here and
Yeah.
gone.
It is.
It's here and gone. So I guess the good news is about the 12-team playoff is we're going to get more football, right? When
Yes.
that does happen, we are going to get some more football. Hopefully, we go up to that whore known as Ann Arbor and we win that football game and we get to play another game the following week in my second favorite city after Columbus, Ohio, that being Indianapolis, Indiana. Beautiful. Lucas Oil Stadium. They made
Great.
that place.
Yeah.
They made that place right, man. I love the shoe, but if I could trade the shoe, I know this sounds sacrilegious. If I could trade the shoe for Lucas Oil, I would in a heartbeat. That place is awesome. It is awesome. I know it don't have the history and the ghosts and all of that stuff, but man, that place is just a beautiful place to watch a football game. And so if Ohio State gets there and you have never gone to the Big Ten championship game and watched your Buckeyes at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, do yourself a favor, buy some tickets, take a weekend, go. It is well worth the trip. So, that being said, we do have a game this weekend, and no, it's not against our rivals. It's going to be against this old pesky Golden Gophers from Minnesota. Kickoff time, 4 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. Yeah, that one. You know you're not doing too hot when they put you up against the Buckeyes on the Big Ten Network. So when Fox doesn't want you, CBS doesn't want you, NBC doesn't want you, I guess the Big Ten Network is going to get this game against the Golden Gophers at 4 o'clock. So we'll get to watch some of the early games at noon, get ourselves a snack, and sit down and watch the Buckeyes take on the Golden Gophers. Let's look at the series by the numbers. Ohio State leads this all-time series, 46 wins to 7. Ohio State has won the last 11 in a row. Last loss to Minnesota was in the year 2000. I was a freshman in college that year, 29-17, Cooper. Last meeting, 2021. Buckeyes won last year, or 2 years ago, 45-31. Last meeting in Minnesota, that was that's incorrect because it was the actual 2021 game was the last meeting in Minnesota. Buckeyes won 45-21. Largest margin of victory, well, that was in 1983, and it looks like I'm having trouble seeing that. 69-18, I believe is what it says there. Largest margin of defeat, 1949, 27-0. Ohio State's longest win streak over Minnesota is 16 games from 1982 to 1999. Longest losing streak against the Gophers is 2. That happened between the years of 1922 and 1931. Ryan Day's record against Minnesota is 1-0. PJ Fleck, his record against Ohio State is 0-2. Looking at the last 10 games, all Ohio State wins. All of them, for the most part, pretty comfortable. You did have the 7-point win in 2014. Again, another closer one in 2008. That one was 13 points. Look at the one in 2006. That was an utter blowout, 44-0. 2002, I think that's going to be closer to what we're going to see this week. Ohio State 34-3. Chris, why don't we just go ahead and jump right into the statistics? Do you want to take the Gophers on first or your Buckeyes?
Let's go with the Gophers, Eric. It won't take long to cover.
No,
So,
not much there.
Not a whole lot to discuss there. So the Gophers come in averaging 318.6 yards per game. That's 111th in college football. Third down conversions, they average 35.3%. That is 98th in college football. Red zone scoring, they are 10th at 93.8%. So on that rare occasion when they enter the red zone, they are pretty efficient. Total defense, 364 yards given up per game, 52nd overall. Turnover margin, they are plus 12, which is 21st. And penalties per game, they only have 3.2 penalties per game, which is pretty doggone good.
Yeah,
That's a pretty disciplined ball club right there.
Their turnover margin's really good too, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of home games.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I, I
No,
did.
that's
I
pretty
did.
disciplined. Home
But
cooking.
3.2 penalties a
Got ya.
game. That's just really good. They are third best in the country. So individual statistics. Ethan, oh, here we go. Thanks for this one, guys.
Yeah.
Ethan
Calicomanis.
Kalkamanis
Say that
is their
again.
quarterback. Ethan Kalkamanis.
Okay.
He comes in 129 of 247 passing for 1,582 yards, 13 touchdowns, but 7 interceptions.
Now
Darius
think
Taylor,
think about this though, Chris.
yes.
He's thrown seven. He's thrown 7 picks, but they're still plus 12 in turnovers.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That tells me
That
their running
is.
backs are taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not fumbling the football, but they're also being very opportunistic on defense.
Right, right. Darius Taylor, well, he leads the rushing attack, but as we found out, Eric, he may or may not be going this week.
Yeah.
He has 103 carries for 591 yards and 4 touchdowns. Daniel Jackson, he is the real deal at wide receiver, 45 catches, 681 yards, 7 touchdowns. Defensively, they are led by, and you got to love this name right here. Their tackle leader, Maverick Baranowski. That just sounds like a linebacker, doesn't it?
Yes.
52 tackles. Danny Strigal leads the sack attack with 6. 4 interceptions by Tyler Newman. 2 forced fumbles by Ja
Jay.
Joyner.
Jay.
No, it's Ja.
It's Jay.
I don't like it. It's Ja.
We'll call him J Jaw. Go with
Ja
that.
Ja.
JJ.
Ja
JJ.
Ja. Let's go with
Ja
that.
Ja. He's no good. Oh, bad Star Wars joke there. Sorry, guys. Kicking. Here's another great name. Dragon Keach. Dragon. 21 of 25 on field goals with a long of 54 yards, and he has yet to miss an extra point this year with 22 of 22 on extra points. Switching over to Ohio State, the Buckeyes come in averaging 428.8 yards per game. They are up to 35th in college football. Third down conversions, we are at 44.4%. That's good enough for 28th in the nation. Red zone scoring 83.3%. That is 71st overall. Total defense still ranking number 4th at 262.2 yards per game surrendered. We are -1 in the turnover margin at 7, which is 75th. And penalties per game, again, not bad at 6 penalties per game, 68th in the country.
How many of
In,
those get accounted to Simmons? About half of
Josh
them.
Simmons gets 5 per game, and the rest of the team gets 1. So, individually, Kyle McCord leads the offense. He is 191 out of 288 passing for 2,687 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Travion Henderson, he leads the way on the rushing attack, 103 carries, 648 yards, 8 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr., of course, is our receiving leader, 59 catches for 1,063 yards, 12 touchdowns. Defensively, don't know if we're going to see him, but we're going to see Tommy Two Thumbs back this week, Eric, in his 73
I,
tackles.
I hope so because it's senior day. I'd like to see him at least start the game.
Well, and we definitely want to see these guys knock some rust off the guys who got to have the last week off.
Yeah. Him,
So,
Proctor. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, Eichenberg leads the team 73 tackles. JT Tuimaluau, he's got 4 sacks to lead the way with the sack attack. Guys, come on, you're killing me every week with this. 1 interception by Josh Proctor, Denzel Burke, Steel Chambers, Lathan Ransom, Jermaine Matthews Jr., and Jordan Hancock. We've got 1 defensive touchdown each for Proctor, Tyleek Williams, Jermaine Matthews Jr., and Hancock. Kicking, Jaden Fielding is 11 of 13 on field goals with a long of 41 yards.
Chris,
So that is the statistics. Yes, Eric.
do you think this week one of those guys picks up a second INT? I mean, he's
I
thrown
would say there's
7
definitely the
interceptions.
opportunity there, yeah. I think a lot of that depends on how much throwing they do, and I think if they are without their big men there at the running back, I got to think that they're going to lean on that pass and that the opportunities will be there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Eric, we may end up seeing 2 of these guys pick up another interception just to keep the list long.
Just to keep
So,
a pair of them there.
Just to keep me talking.
Oh, Woody
And the-
Hayes over there saying, "Boys, I want a pair and a spare."
That's right. That's right.